Move now to the biggest cloud hanging over NBA free agency still, whither Kevin Durant. Durant has asked the Nets to trade him. There's a report in the New York Post today that the Nets are open to keeping Durant, though Durant appears to have no interest in staying there. Wilbon, where do you think Durant is most likely to end up and when?
Tony, you know I told you this on your podcast yesterday. I would not be entirely shocked if Kevin Durant stayed in Brooklyn. I wouldn't. Because I think it's going to be so difficult to get a trade that's going to make him happy. Not that they have to run it past him, because he doesn't have a no-trade clause in his contract. But if we're just talking about the new destination, saying, we don't want to have this, even though we got him for 4 years. We want his best for that time. Kevin Durant's going to be 34 years old. I'm not even sure that you want to give up 5 first-round draft picks, plus an all-star, plus another player, a frontline player, to have a guy who's going to be 34, and maybe you get 3 great years. Maybe because Kevin Durant is so unique physically as well, you get 4 great years. But still, I could see him in Brooklyn. I don't know where, because they don't know where. Durant doesn't know where. The teams don't know where. All the teams that want him, and every indication, as I know people I've talked to, half the teams, if not more, have made inquiries, okay? So nobody knows where he's going to be. And the deal's going to be so convoluted, Tony, that leads, if there is one, to wherever he lands, that we can't sit here right now with a crystal ball and see that. He has said Miami and Phoenix. I'd like one of those more than the others, but who the hell knows?
Okay, so we're in the first week in July. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait for Kevin Durant to go wherever he wants to go and take all the time you need. It doesn't matter to me. Wherever he lands is going to be a contending team. Obviously, everybody knows that, you know, because he's a great player. Even as his age advances, he's still a great, great, great player. What stands out to me about all of this is that Kevin Durant finally decided, I can't play with Kyrie Irving anymore. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. Kevin Durant, whatever his flaws are, it's always seemed to me that he likes to play basketball. He gets hurt and he can't play, but Kyrie Irving just doesn't like to play and just stops playing whenever he doesn't want to play. And Mike, I cannot separate this timeline. The day after Kyrie Irving said, I'm opting in, Kevin Durant said, I'm opting out. The day after. To me, 2 and 2 equals 4. I don't think they will go anywhere together outside of Brooklyn to play, and I don't know what they're going to do. I will say this about Kevin Durant. I have the numbers somewhere here. I think he's played 90 games. In the last 3 years, he's played 90 games out of a possible 226 in Brooklyn. And if he gets hurt again at his age, that could be the beginning of the end. People in D.C., of course, say, oh, let him come home. He's not coming to D.C. No, they're not going to trade Bradley Beal. But Bradley Beal and Kyrie Irving can't play together. The most interesting thing to me would be if he went to Golden State. But, Mike, we've talked about this, you and I. He left that team and those players for a reason. Yeah. I don't think he's going back there. Tony, but again, it's the first week in July. Tony, do what you want.
If I'm the Warriors, I'm not blowing up what I've got. I just won a championship without him. I don't need to blow up what I've got to get a 34-year-old dude back, as great as Kevin Durant is. And the thing I'm left with Kyrie Irving is the 2 greatest players of his generation, LeBron James and Kevin Durant, he couldn't get along with the 2 of them. He couldn't get along with the 2 of them. He can't play with them. And they basically ultimately said, oh, no, enough of this dude. So all the people who want to praise Kyrie because of his handles, you can't be with him. He's toxic. Wake up.